Today we will be learning about pop artist Jim Dine, and we are studying symmetry through this artwork. We will learn how to paint using reflective symmetry. Jim Dine is a famous pop artist, most known for his bright paintings of hearts. Jim uses cool colors against warm colors, and he also uses texture in his painting. Today we're going to use texture, warm and cool colors, and reflective symmetry to paint. We'll discuss this more in class, as well as learn a little bit more about the artist Jim Dine. Now let's get started. First, fold your paper in half. Crease the middle and match the two ends. And you are going to have what looks like a book. Open it up and place it in front of you. On one side of the paper, it doesn't matter which one, I want you to draw half of a heart. Start in the center, go up and around, and draw nice and large. But wait, you only have to draw half of a heart, not the whole thing, and I'll show you why. Because you're going to take that half and create a perfect symmetrical heart by using symmetry. Dip your brush in the water, add a little water to black paint. Make sure the paint is nice and wet. Your brush also needs to be wet. Do not scoot that brush on your paper unless it has water on it. Follow the line you just drew and paint over it with black paint. Maybe do this 2 times so it's nice and wet. Once you've finished painting in that half of a heart, stop. And we're going to fold the paper over on top of what you just painted and press down firmly. This is going to create a perfect mirror image called reflective symmetry. What you did on one half is going to match the other half, and it's going to make a beautiful heart. Once you're done, lift up and voila, you have a heart. On the outside of the heart, I want you to use cool colors to paint in the outside. Use cool colors blue, green, or purple. Purple is mixing red and blue together. You can also use white. You can mix those colors together on your paper. You can paint in one half of your paper however you would like. You can also use the method of reflective symmetry and transferring paint from one half of your paper to the other by just folding on top of itself. I am going to paint in blues and purples and greens, creating turquoise, light blues, dark blues. The goal is to fill this entire outside of the heart with cool colors. You can splatter paint as long as the people at your table are okay with it, and we'll go over rules and procedures as to how not to get your neighbors covered in paint. Once you've done this and you have your paint that is cool colored, the cool colors mapped in, you can take your paper and fold it on top of itself, and then you can fill in those white spaces however you want with cool colors. You never want your brush to scoot across the paper. You want it to glide. How to glide your brush? Always have water on it. Never let it dry out. Always have water on your brush. This is key in making this painting glide. Fold over, push down, pop up, add extra color as needed. You can add some pops of white by just flicking your paintbrush onto your paper. If you get some in the inside, it's not a big deal. You're going to paint that in with warm colors using reds, yellows, and oranges. So once the background is done, take some warm colors and start filling in the inside of that heart. Now I would recommend using it reflective symmetry style. Paint in one half of the heart, fold it over, and watch how that paint transfers onto the other half of your paper. Always keep your brush wet so those colors blend together and they don't have a rough, harsh lines. When your paintbrush is too dry, it isn't going to transfer as easily. So always keep that paintbrush wet and keep the paint wet. fill in any white spaces you might have left. You don't have to fill every little speck in, but we want there to be lots of bright, brilliant color, so don't leave too many white gaps. Once your painting is done, fold it over one last time, take a look, and set it to the side to dry. Now that we're back and your painting is dry, you're going to take a black oil pastel and trace around the entire heart. This is to make the heart really pop and stand out. So go around that entire heart with a black oil pastel, and you're going to smudge it towards you or outwardly. I'm going to smudge my heart inwardly, so I'm taking my finger and holding the paper down with one hand and just pushing toward the center with the other finger. This will give some shape to the heart. You can decide to push the oil pastel outward as well. And with the white oil pastel, you're going to go in and also add some curving lines and some pops of white, some hints of white to add a nice contrast against that those warm colors. So I'm adding pops of white against the warm colors here. Now when you're done, it will look bright, beautiful, and brilliant. I can't wait to see your designs in class. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you. So I hope you enjoy your Jim Dine inspired heart paintings.